Hi, welcome back. I'm Josh with Fisher's Health Department, back this week on Tuesday, July 20th, 2021, with our weekly COVID-19 community update. So in terms of cases and new COVID cases, we're seeing an increase in our community, both in Fishers, but also in the larger county, in Hamilton County, the district, across the states. Cases have increased recently in Fishers. Our most recent 7-day reporting period for the period of July 5th through July 11th saw 34 new COVID cases. So this is more than doubling the COVID cases we saw in the previous 7-day reporting period, which had 13 new cases. So we're at July 20th, already 2/3 of the way through the month of July, and we're almost at the same level of new COVID cases that we had in all of June. So we are seeing a slight uptick here across the community. In terms of our case incidence rate, where we look at the number of new daily cases per 100,000 people, average out over a 14-day period, that has increased up to 4.67 per 100,000. The Hamilton County unique individual positivity rate is 2.8%. So both of those make up important metrics for our primary metric area on our community risk rating scale, and both of those are in the green level. Now, our Fishers testing sites positivity is up to 6.43%. That individual metric, as part of our primary area, is in yellow, but overall our primary area remains in green, as does our secondary metrics area remains in green. So we have adequate testing availability, and our contact tracing continues to complete all contact tracing in less than 24 hours. And our test turnaround for COVID test remains relatively stable at that day-and-a-half mark, but we are anticipating a slight increase in test turnaround time over the next couple weeks. So please do, if you're planning ahead for travel or you're coming in because you have potentially been exposed to COVID, anticipate that hopefully most tests will be turned around in a day-and-a-half to 2 days, but it could take just slightly longer than that. Now, in terms of our tertiary metrics for our community risk rating, where we look at hospital capacity across the area, we primarily look at hospital capacity not in Hamilton County, or not just in Hamilton County, but also in our District 5 area. So those are all the surrounding counties, surrounding Marion County, including Hamilton. We have seen this metric, it remains in green this week as well, but we've seen a recent increase in ER visits and ICU admissions for COVID. So overall, the risk of transmission within the community is still there, even though we're in our risk rating level 1 of green, with this new uptick in new cases and an increase in our case incidence rates and the trending increase in ER visits and hospital ICU admissions for COVID. We are still recommending to take all the mitigation strategies you can to protect yourself and the community, and this includes getting vaccines. So our COVID vaccination site is open. You can walk up, you don't need an appointment, and you can find our address online. You can always get assistance from us by dialing 317-595-3211. We would love to see you out at the vaccination site, so please do consider getting your vaccine. In terms of our COVID vaccine numbers, we're at 73.3% for first dose coverage and 67.4% for full vaccination coverage of those that are age 12 and above. So if you're fully vaccinated, that's 2 weeks after your second dose of your vaccine, if you're on a 2-dose schedule, or 2 weeks after your J&J shot, your risk of getting sick is much lower than if you're unvaccinated. So CDC recommendations following those, fully vaccinated individuals have a much lower risk on indoor activities and traveling. But as a reminder, it is definitely really good precautions to take additional measures when you're in situations where you don't know the vaccination status of others around you. So particularly if you're out at a music venue, or you're going to a large gathering, or just a larger gathering than you normally would encounter in your day-to-day activities, you could consider masking up to give yourself an additional level of protection, even if you're fully vaccinated, and particularly in those instances where you don't know the vaccination status of other individuals. While the vaccines give you a high level of protection and they're very effective against severe forms of COVID, such as hospitalizations and death, they still do not make you completely immune to contracting COVID. Overall, we've had just over 50 breakthrough cases in our community. That's where individuals have been 2 weeks after their final vaccine for COVID and still have contracted COVID. So while breakthrough cases are rare, the risk is still there. So please do, even if you're vaccinated, take as much precaution as you can to keep yourself safe. And if you're unvaccinated, please do consider going out and getting your COVID vaccine to give yourself a level of protection, but also to help further protect your loved ones, your family, your friends, and the community at large. Unvaccinated and out and about doing activities, the risk level for contracting COVID is much higher and much different than for vaccinated individuals. So we do encourage, please go out and get your vaccine. If you have questions on that, or if you're curious about the vaccine and you have yet to be vaccinated, please do always reach out to us, 317-595-3211. Again, Josh with Fisher's Health Department. I hope you have a lovely day, week, and stay safe and stay happy. Thank you very much. Bye.